7:15. All right, wholeness. Today is still 3/9. It's in the evening. Time changed today by our perceptions and allowances and all that good shit. This is the week ahead for 3/10 to 3/16. So from tomorrow till next Sunday. I'm just gonna go through it real quick and try not to tie too much into it. However, on 3/13 going into 3/14 is a full moon. So at the end of the day, 3/13 going into all day 3/14, pay attention to your energy. It is not only a full moon, but it's also a total lunar eclipse. So it's amplification of energy, and it's purification of energy, if that makes sense to you. A chance for things to get amplified, but it's also a chance for things to get purified and released. And again, you don't have to wait for moon cycles, planetary alignments, vibrations, perceived gates, perceived portals, all this stuff. You don't have to wait on any of this stuff to do your work. It can be helpful to employ your work during those moments of vibrational alignment, but you don't have to wait to do it. The problem is, stop having so much work to do. You're here to become more by realizing that you have become less by doing too much. Perspective and experience. So 3/10/2025, and this is pinned to my TikTok page and on my Facebook page. 3/10/2025. Thoughts present choices that both guide and trick, and that is the systems of control. When something can guide you and can trick you, it's control. And to be fair, not everything that's guiding you is tricking you, just like everything that's tricking you is guiding you. Take your time with that one. People do it every day. It's called an agenda. When you get somebody to do something and you make them think it's for their benefit, but it's really for your own, let your life tell you tell. People do that all day long. In family and relationships and religion and government, everybody has an agenda. There's nothing in this realm that does not have an agenda. And an agenda does not mean it's something bad. It just means it has an ulterior motive for why it's trying to get you to do what it wants you to do, because there's some level of benefit to it. So 3/10, where your thoughts are basically a representation of choice. 10 in the sense of the wheel of fortune, basically what you hear me call the wheel of choice. You're choosing between something that's going to cost you your energy either way. So if it's going to cost me my energy and I am not of enough awareness to stop myself altogether, I better choose what's going to be best for me. So the systems of control on tomorrow, that is going to present the choices that are both guiding and tricking everybody, because this is a collective reading. What are you connected to? Empathy. This is the element of waters. How are you flowing? Remember, I already told you 3/13 and 3/14 is the ultimate water day. It's a full moon. The tides are high. The waters are really erratic. So on tomorrow, empathy. My energy is being moved into a path, but I need to know why. Empathy. The energy, E, is being moved, M, into a path, but I need to know why. Because that Y, W-H-Y, should always equate to why. Y-O-U. Why I do something should be for me. You can call it selfish all day long, but if what you are doing is for others and it does not include you, you're a fool. So empathy. 2, connection. 6, my foundation, which basically I tell you in this realm, your foundation is based off of traumas. So if I'm only connected to my traumas and the only thing that is moving my energy is things that keep traumatizing me, I'm an empath, I'm an INFJ, and why don't y'all leave me alone? If you weren't ready for me, don't come for me, all that other bullshit y'all see all day long. You're an empath because you have not filled the holes within your own aura, so you are getting inundated with everybody else's energy. So tomorrow is going to show you where you're being both guided and tricked at the same time. Why? Because you're trauma responsive. That'll come up again too. So 3/11 basically says my thoughts will keep justifying being in control. 11 is the number of justification. 11 is the illusion of being separated. 3 is my thoughts. My thoughts are going to justify me being controlled. I didn't buy too much into it, but I saw somebody earlier, You can say what you want and you can do what you want, but the only thing I have to offer you is you gotta let your life tell your tale. If your highest level of thought processing still have to include you being less than everything else, there's your whole answer. It's like I posted yesterday. There is a core programming in the human experience that says you'll never be enough. You'll never be enough. You motherfuckers got Monique for a mama. You're precious. You will never be enough. No matter what you do, no matter how far you go into your perceived spiritual journey, for those of y'all that like to go that route, your spiritual journey, your path of ascension, your return of your divinity, which never left you, in those thought processes of telling you that you're going somewhere, you have still already placed something ahead of you as a goal. Never you as what was the journey. So 311, you're going to justify being controlled because, again, you already bit into a program that says, it'll never be me. So I just better try and find out what's greater than me. You your own devil. That thought process, that harm, watch what happened here. That harm where I've given my 1, my potential, 5 to what's moving me. What's 1 plus 5? 6. What did I tell you? The first thing was you have a problem with the 6s. How many 6s was it? 2. You ain't met the third one yet. You ain't met the 666. You at 66. Sabotage. My number system has variations because it's vibrations, not just numerology. There's the 26, which means you are connected to your traumas. And then there's the 26s. I'm connected to my traumas, but they have me in duality. And that's kind of where you exist from. Everybody exists in duality to where something has a greater connection to them than they do themselves. Now you need spiritual maintenance, or now you need the right tribe, or now I need to cut this person off because they played with my energy. No, the minute they play with your energy is the minute you should stop playing with yourself. Oops. But because you have empathically connected to what somebody else can do for or to you, holy shit. Remember I told you that programming that you'll never see yourself as enough? There's always got to be something greater. Because you already have a connection to something being greater than you, you now become your own devil. You are now advocating for your own adversity. Knowledge gets you fucked up, Valerie. This is all awareness. I get it though, but knowledge is such a bad thing in this realm. Knowledge is the result of an experience that has left you with a trauma. Awareness negates the need to have the trauma from experience. Awareness cancels the whole show. Knowledge will show you what you're going to end up going through. Awareness will tell you, you ain't got to do none of this shit. It's a choice. But this is what this reading is about. The choice has been presented in such a fashion that we think we have to do everything. We think we have to vote for a government that don't vote for us. Ta-da! We think we have to stay in a relationship with somebody that already cheated on us until they learn to respect my energy. Ta-da! You see that self-sabotage? You already your own devil. So that 1 plus 5 that created that 6 is only because I've given my potential to what I think is moving me. What's moving me? The energy going into the path that should be showing me. Unfortunately, in this realm, a lot of people are going through experiences that are not going to show them who they are. It's going to show you what you went through. Trauma. So getting into 312. 312-2025 basically says my thoughts can hang me up and guide my vibrations. But also on 312-2025, by vibrational dissection, you can produce a 555. In my number systems, 555 is not, ooh, the angels are telling me to keep going. It's holy shit, I'm trapped in what's already got me moving. That's not always a bad thing. I'm trapped in what's got me moving. But if everything is flourishing for me, is it really a trap? No. It might be later. But if you're fine doing what you're doing and it's working out for you, stick with that shit. But if what I'm doing only keeps moving me emotionally, physically, sexually, spiritually, but I'm not making it anywhere that I want to see, you're trapped. So 312-2025 says your thoughts can hang you up and they can guide your vibrations. But again, it's basically all because you've already harmed yourself by binding yourself to what already has your empathy. For years, I've told you that most empaths are what I call sympathetic distractors. You see it on the internet all the time. You'll see people who go live and wait till they can cry because they need people to see that I'm going through something. If you was going through so much, why you got so much time to go live and share? It's an empathic need to to feel like they are embraced by others that they don't do the work on themselves. So you can empathically unravel yourself real quick by trying to seek a connection with others when it's really a clear sign of a disconnect within yourself. So 312, your thoughts can hang you up. And if you are only hung up on what you told yourself you want to see, you won't stop. This gets into fanaticism. This gets into people with high-end traditions, high-end religions, high-end superstitions, and anything that you present to them, even if it is presented to them in a fashion of, I hate this word, but we'll use it, scientific factuality. I hate science. Science is full of shit. But you understand what I'm saying? Even if you can present a more plausible explanation for something, their belief is going to override everything you've shown them. Fanaticism. Fanatics just ain't in religion. There's some fanatical traditionalists out here too. So 312 will show where you are trapped in what's already moving you, and sometimes the only thing moving you is your fanaticism. Holy sheep shit, Batman. It's the things filling your mind. It's the stuff in my mind, the thoughts that have already had me trapped. But remember, didn't I just tell you? 312 is going to show where you are already trapped in movement. But what's the movement? The shit in my mind. My mindfulness. My mind is filled with mess, and I'm trying to make sense of the mess instead of making sure that the mess in my mind ain't messing with me. This goes for you cyclic thinkers, you overthinkers, you I love hard, or you I gotta do this for my family and I ain't never done nothing for myself. You've already sold yourself into a system of enslavement. You've already empathically connected into making something else your Lord and Savior, your God, your bigger mission that you've already lowered yourself. My number system, 34, God. Generator, operator, destroyer. What your thoughts are being generated into, the experience you operating into, and the destruction that you're going to end up as a result. Look at the word destruction as also dissemination, dispersal. When you prism, when you put light in front of a crystal, it is being generated towards the crystal, it is being operated on inside of the crystal, and it is now being disseminated into your Roy G. Biv, your rainbow. That's a God effect. Your light has been taken and placed into a container field and then spread all apart. 312 is going to show where your light has been taken from you and been worked on and spread all apart. And 3 plus 4 is 7, but now you think that's you. Why? Because you have a greater connection to what's pulling you apart than you do to the awareness that I should have been the one holding me together. Remember when we talked about awareness versus knowledge? Awareness would tell me that if I keep throwing my light into everything that is operating on me, I'm only going to keep pulling myself apart. This comes into self-responsibility and accountability, something that is very, very, very absent in this realm. All you have is the divine right to fool and trick yourself. So 312, where you keep filling your mind filled with mess, that's the queen of air. The influence over what you're thinking already got you. There is not a person on here who should not be smart enough to not see that social media, all these apps, the mass media, your music, your books, your education system that does not educate, everything given around you, your religion, your tradition, all contain facets of mind control. Everything streamlines you into an agenda that supports its continuation, but never your total elevation, if we'll use that. So what you keep filling your mind with that keeps trapping your energy, that becomes your God. If you're in a relationship and all you do is worship your partner becomes your God. Even if you lie to yourself about having a Lord and Savior, that person immediately in front of you is the most important thing. Whereas you should be the most important thing and find somebody who bears that reciprocal reflection. But that's another class that some of y'all need. So going into that, we hit 3/13/2024, which again, that night is the full moon. 3/13/2025. That means the thoughts transmute guidance. And this is basically what I was saying. What I wrote up is it says, this is veritably, you hear what you hear. You can only hear what you hear, what you understand, what you're grounded out in. I could sit here and give you a class on, I can't, but I could if I wanted to. I can give you a class on trigonometry, and most of you never even passed fucking algebra. You'd be lost. So you would only hear the bits and pieces of trigonometry that referred to the parts of algebra that you understood. Everything else is, I don't know what he's talking about. Some of you doing it now. Man, what is he talking about? Because you're using knowledge. You're using what you think you know to try and hear something to make you feel better about what you think you know. Yet the whole problem is what you think you know has never shown you what you want to see. That should be the first rule and the first credence to let go of anything. If what I've invested in has not shown me ROI, return on that investment, I sure hope you ain't wasting your money in the stock market. You's a fool. So 313, you can only hear what you are hearing, what you are going through. That's trauma responsive. You go to the hood and try and tell somebody who ain't never done nothing but gang bang and sell drugs and hang out on the corner and start shit. You try and tell them, hey, report to me tomorrow at 9 o'clock and I'm going to show you how to become a businessman. That motherfucker ain't showing up. Why? Because that's too much change. I've been already out here on this grind and I know how to handle this. So that investment into something that ain't really working out for them, but they think is working out for them, is worth more than trying to find something different that has less risk. Some of y'all would do well to do risk assessment. So 313, where you are trapped in the thoughts that keep on transmuting guidance. I know I heard something that worked for me, but it don't make sense, so I'm going to keep on doing the same. Definition of insanity. Baking a cake and using the same ingredients and that motherfucker keep falling flat. Oops. Here's that another 7. This is the tower card in reverse. You your own chaos. Where's the destruction? Within. Kali Ma. Remember the card before it was also a 7. And I told you this is my God card. Generator, operator, destroyer. Hello, destroyer. What's going on? Hello, destroyer. Where's the destroyer at? Within. Where's the journey? Within. Where you gonna go? Within. Where are you already at? Within. So where's the journey? I don't know. They wrote it down that I gotta go on a journey. I need a 6 weeks class, a 6 weeks course in shamanism. I need to know my natals, my trees, my transits, my sigil. I'm a life path 38. You bring all that chaos of everything that's out here designed to keep you in separation into your wholeness. That full moon, where it's going to amplify that energy, you're going to keep on trying to bring everything that's designed to keep you here, because that's the only thing that you hear. When you hear something that can take you from out of here, you ain't trying to hear it. You ain't trying to hear it. That chaos that working within me that ain't working for me, that shit keep me warm at night. Holy sheep shit. I am my own destruction because I keep filling my mind with a mess that is harming me, because I have more empathy for my harm than I do my healing. And healing is a trick. So on 313 at full moon, at that point right there where we hit this 77, I call that the delusional motherfuckers. It's the master spiritualist, the person who thinks that the 7 of this perception and the 7 of this perception is going to show them the 7 that they really are. 7 being self-awareness. What I'm aware of when I look over there and what I'm aware of when I look over there is who I am. You've already put yourself in multiplicity. If you think what you've been through and what you're going through are you ain't been paying attention. You ain't been paying attention. It's your ignorance. You have already fooled yourself. You've already sacrificed your free will, and guess who got it? Your traumas. Because now your traumas are telling you who you are. Why? Because your traumas have all of your potential. Remember I told you that 6 was your traumas. Your traumas have all of your potential. 1 + 5, 6. Your trauma has all your potentials. Now you're your potential, and now you're your own devil. Why? Because I work for them traumas. Them traumas done doubled up on me. Some of y'all, when you look in the mirror, you see your trauma, and then you see you. I did not stutter. Some of y'all see your trauma, and then you see you. Instead of seeing you and letting that be enough to not even need to validate any trauma. But you got unconditional love. Sorry. See, also on 313, you see them traumas. See them traumas where you can't advocate for yourself, so you advocate for your own destruction. Yet the destruction that you advocate for is only destroying you, because the damn sure ain't saving nobody else. But like I said, on 313, you also can reduce an 88. That's the gatekeepers. That's traumatic memory points. That is when people have latched into things that they think they understand that only keeps them standing under themselves. Basically, everything I said. Your ignorance is only a reflection of the chaos within you that you keep filling your mind with, but they ain't doing them making you that same devil that you empathically worshiping. Gnosticism, the Demerge, the imperfect God, so many other things. And all that is foolishness and fuckery too. It's really just all you. Too ignorant to pull yourself together, so you keep hiring everything that's been designed to pull you apart. Don't sound too smart, do it. You're going to go hire that, what has been designed to pull you apart, and try and use that shit to hold you together. Sound like some papal bullshit. When the weakness of somebody's thought processes showed them just how weak they were, that they needed to imbue that weakness into everybody else to weaken them. Fanaticism is not a pretty thing. So again, that 88, that gatekeeper, where you gatekeep your traumas because 8 is what you're struggling with. Because here's the trick. If you wasn't struggling with it, you wouldn't be seeking. Correct? If what you believe in filled you up enough, you would not need to go fill it up with anybody else. But because it is lacking and it has found you lacking, it's got your ass on a journey out here gatekeeping, being guided by what's burning you, being guided, Queen of Fire, by what's burning you. The influence over what's burning you that ain't shown you enough peace, you need to go burn others. Holy shit, what did I just get through telling you? Papal bullshit. We're going to get out here and enslave the whole world because we're enslaved to our own inferiority. Sorry. So, the 88 on that night of the full moon, it's going to show where, holy shit, 2025, the year of control, that 2 + 5 is another 7. You only being guided by who you think you are, but yet who you are is really just internal chaos in a mind filled with shit. That's it. Collective translates to individual, though. The individual has to learn to disconnect its energy from the perception of a collective. The collective is just basically fragmentation of one thought. It's the same thing as a person sitting there with multiple personality disorder, telling themselves this, that, and the other, and unable to perform as any successfully, yet wanting each piece to hit enough of a successful performance to constitute a win for it all. That's why the collective consciousness won't make any advancements, is because you have too many people who have learned to collect themselves individually within their own psychoses and fanaticism that they don't want any different. When you're fine being a fool, can't nobody take your foolishness from you. We see that every day. So when you have been guided by what's already tricked you, you're no longer on fire. You understand that? And this is what I was trying to teach a couple years ago with that Phoenix Firewheel grid. If you love your fire, no one can take it from you. We see this shit every day, and this is not being disrespectful, because we're having this conversation. We're basically recycling through 2018. 2025 is 2018. Energetically, the energy that you felt for 2018, if you were anywhere near some form of awakening or dealing with spirituality, the occult, or anything like that, or if you was just going through something and God tested me, no matter what it is, in 2018, that vibrational energy that was in this planet is back again for 2025. There's many reasons why, but I'm telling you, that's what it is. So in saying that, the people who just cannot escape that cycle of those energies that just basically keep them embattled within themselves. I can't say that. Buckle up. Some things would be irresponsible to say, even if I want to call it predictive programming and thought farming. Some things that I see that consistently keep playing out, you still shouldn't speak on them, and that's where some people need to learn. That's where you have irresponsible readers and irresponsible psychics. You can't say everything you see because you help create it. This is one thought, learning how to manifest the collective thought. But if the collective thought is only being guided by its own ignorance, work with me, and its own chaos, then the collective mind is filled with harming itself and empathically connecting the harm of the individual to the whole collective. The best analogy I can give for that, in case that messed you up, was I've used this for years. Take a cup of water, take one drop out, put it in some blue dye. Take that same drop that now has the experience of the blue dye, put it back into the water, watch what happens to the water. The whole water starts to get the energy of the blue dye. The whole cup ain't gonna turn blue, but the whole cup gets tainted. That is how collective consciousness work. One thought can get stuck in its own psychosis and not work towards getting out of psychosis because it thinks psychosis is healing. It's that movie Split. Thank you. Where the personality that thought that it was superior was actually the cause of inferiority. That full moon is going to show you where your traumas are the only thing guiding you. And if your traumas are the only thing guiding you, you've already lost the game. God, somebody posted that bullshit this morning. You can exist off of anxiety and vindication or some other bullshit like that. Why would you want to operate out of lower vibration and then call yourself higher vibrational? You have to make that shit make sense. I'm toxic, but at least I know who I am. Evidently, you don't know who you are. You just know, whoever that was talking to me about knowledge, you don't know who you are, you just know what you've been through. Most people in current day systems where they've been fed dialectics and they've been fed narratives and shit, if they did their research, they wouldn't be inundated in half the shit they believe in. If they did real research of the history of this planet, half the shit that you people believe in, you'd be like, fuck that. That's some dastardly shit. But because it's the only thing you know, because it's the only thing you've been exposed to, and you found levels of safety in that exposure, you can't let it go, which is basically everything I said earlier. The empathy for being connected to what's already been proven to harm me, because I no longer can trust ye in my own understanding. And this is not just to beat up on religion. This is in general. When you are not authorized to think for yourself, you are fit for a collective that is already sick. Because you're just a space filler. You're just an energetic dumping point of energy that is willing to go through knowledge, experience, and you have no desire to get into awareness. You're a perfect fucking lemon. I know somebody gonna cry about this, but you're a perfect fucking slave. You don't want anything for yourself. You just want the system to stay together. How's that working out for you? So 313 at full moon, how's that working out for you? You being guided by the same shit that burnt you and your ancestors. Oops, sorry. That'll take you into the full moon, 314. Pi Day. 314. As a vibrationalist, I love that day. 314. The formula for pi, 22/7. Well, hell and welcome, Buzz. 314, and I posted about it the other day. I have my own theory of energy. On 314 is the tail end of what I call the pi theory. It's a exit gate within existence, just to be fair. So 314, the pi day, pi theory, it breaks down your energetic subset as an individual within the collective, within the separated consciousness stages of existence. So within the pi gate, you can get a little bit more intimate within your own experience that is not directly connected to the collective one, because you've already disconnected from the collective, yet you're still in the collective nonetheless. You understand that? That's the same thing as a muscle tear. If you tear a muscle in your arm, The muscle don't just come out your arm. The muscle is in your arm, but it's just disconnected from the rest of it. That's where a lot of people are functioning from. You're in a what you hear me call spiritual AIDS. You're in an autoimmune state of existence to where you have taken on so much damage that you think the damage you've taken on is your healing. And you gotta let your life tell your tale. And we see that all day in everybody who they spit the same doctrine of what's gonna get them healed, and we can look at them and holy sheep shit, you batshit crazy. And again, some of y'all can say that about me, but you gotta let your life tell your tale. You won't ever see me on here psychotically posting and the mothership is outside waiting on me, and you'll never get that motherfucking shit here. Sorry. I am the mothership and the daddy ship. So 314, which is the actual full moon day. But again, the peak time is like 2:44 in the morning, so it's really that night. So 314, thoughts, temper, control. 14, when you're dealing with tarot, is the temperance card. You temper steel. You take it and you heat it and you mold it up into the shape that is usable. You temper a sword. A blacksmith tempers the metal. It molds the energy into something usable. 3 is your thoughts. 14 is where you have been tempered. Your thoughts have tempered or trained you into being controlled. 314-2025 directly says your thoughts have tempered you into being controlled. It molds you into conformity, basically streamlined thinking. Same analogy I just gave. If you're streamlined thinking and your energy is being put to use and you never want to think for yourself, you're fit for the system. The government wants you as mindless as they possibly can be. This is just a real-time thing. The government would like it if nobody questioned a goddamn thing. Holy shit, I grew up in that era. Cold War era, 70s child. Tail end of the Cold War, we can say that. Well, hell, when I went in the Army, we were still having a Cold War. So that level of thinking to where all they got to do is tell you and you believe, because there is no avenues to dispute. That was the danger of the internet. This is all a collective message. The danger of the internet is you can now bounce information that was given based off of misinformation that was given to make you bounce off of the misinformation that was already given. The age of misinformation, inundation of too much, so much to the point to where a truth is now a lie, and a lie has always been the truth. You understand that? And now your discernment is the only thing to save you. But if you have not mentally been experienced enough or had been thrown into enough experience to learn how to use discernment, the only thing you trust is your instincts, but you'll call it intuition. I get it. And I'm not trying to be funny, Buzz, but that was a trick. That was an experiment. That was an experiment, but it was also a slap in the face to show you how quick people will rally behind their candy. TikTok was their candy. But then immediately once they took the candy and gave it back to you, they start taking away your real rights. They start taking away all of our real rights. They start putting more things in front of us to show us, fuck TikTok. Motherfucker, a dozen of eggs is $10 in this bitch. But you focused on TikTok. It's a social experiment. Sorry, got a little PSYOPs experience in my belt. Psychological operations are fucking real. When they make you do something just to show you how weak you are, and then they do things to you, and you ain't got no strength. Oops. So 314, where your pie has already been taken from you, but we're going to give you back a piece. See, we love you. Again, as one of my contacts told me, precision of words. Precision of words. And as I was saying before you got in here, some things are points of responsibility because you'll help create it if you keep on talking about it. So, 314, your thoughts will temper you into systems that already control you. We've been streamlined. If you have been streamlined into being unable to think for yourself, the world's upside down. The world's upside down, and all you do is cry about shit. What did I just tell you? We're going to take Hi, we're going to take TikTok away from you. They can't do that. Hi, we're going to make it to where you can't even travel out the country. Hi, we want you to stay inside for 24 days. Okay, boss. We're going to shut down Facebook. Like Martin when he played his mama. Out here pulling out hair and shit. Situational anger through addiction. Situational anger through addiction. It is no different than taking a motherfucking passy out of a baby's mouth. You've had it long enough. You don't need it. I don't need it, but I want it. You'll cry about what will take you upside down. You'll cry about, again, precision of words. Ooh, ego moment. I'm going to do it. I'll do it with care, though. Think about what I just said. This has you crying about what's taking you out of the fire. Notice this. This is a phoenix. This is the goddess. Upright, people rejoice being a phoenix. Girl, I am Phoenix Oshun Yemaya. On fire, in the water, and creating love. No, you're not. So people cry about the shit that they love that has already burnt them. Some of the things that are happening to us right now are points of release. It is showing you where you have been crying about the same shit that has you in addiction. Spiritual Narcan. Thank you, temptation, because I'm trying to be very careful with my wording. But think about it. There is a way to do things, and unfortunately, if you don't do it for yourself, you have to sit back and watch who you voted for. Get where I'm going? If you won't do anything to save yourself, you have to wait and let who you voted for to save you do it their way. All the shit that traditionally we cry about. Man, fuck the CDC. Fuck who? Fuck FDA. Why they keep letting them put fucking human embryo kidney cells in Mountain Dew and Doritos? Why we let them get away with that? Oh, well, I'm going to shut down the FDA. No, you're doing too much. You see what happened there? You didn't do anything to save yourself from these alphabet companies that have been killing us for decades. $500 million profit quarters. And we out here sick. But when somebody come in with fanaticism and remove them because they did it in a fanatic fashion with underlying agendas that are still going to support them, I hope you go back to the point where I told you everybody has an agenda. When they do things to help you, but the bigger agenda is about them, you don't want the help. You don't want them to get rid of the shit that's killing you because you think the shit that they doing or the way they doing it is going to kill you quicker. There'll be some bumps along the road, but I'm going to do it better than anyone. Better than Obama. You hired the clown, and you get mad when the motherfucker honk his nose. Doot, doot. Maybe you should look in the mirror. You still sitting in the same motherfucking car too, clown. Because you keep voting for a system that has done nothing but clown. All of us. But you cry about doing something different, but you want somebody else to do it. Save me. Save yourself. I can't. Holy shit. Core programming. Go back to the beginning. Core programming. You've already told yourself that you can't do anything for yourself, so you have to hire a savior. Your core programming is, I have to hire somebody to do this for me because I'm already not enough. Why don't you address that right there? See, this is in the whole game right there. We're on 314. Pi Day. Remember I told you Pi Day gives you a gift in my number system, the Pi Theory. It'll show you where you've already disconnected from the collective that is already disconnected. Holy shit, why can't I do this for myself? Says Pi Day. Here's why you can't do it for yourself. You're part of the ritual. You're hung up. You're already a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. They keep doing this and they keep doing this and they keep doing this. Gotcha. All they got to do is put something on paper and tell you that that's what it is, and you monkeys will believe it. Yikes. You already done failed for the okie doke. Your potential is in everything you see. But if my potential is in everything I see and everything I see keeps on sacrificing my energy, the reason why you can't save yourself is because you don't know that it was you that hung yourself. You don't understand that it was you that stopped and invested your time and everything they show you, that it's like a fucking crack pipe. Sorry, I'll probably get banned for that. You done gave your energy into everything they get putting in front of you. No critical thinking or self-reflection. Problem. The problem is self-reflection. It's self-reflection as self with a pre-established value based off of the traumas they've already went through. No, I don't let people in my lives. You understand what I'm saying? I get what you're saying, but it's the self-reflection of the identity that you've already invested in, what you believe, with the one that you have already empathically connected to, so that you have never seen yourself outside of your trauma. So the minute that something shows you outside of your trauma, such as this pie theory, it's basically telling you the trauma is your hangups. In my cards, this is Or and Mila, Ifa. If you don't know what that is, Ifa in Yoruba. Ifa sees everything. Ifa is the witness. Ifa is the diviner. I already know what's going to happen. Well, sorry, sir. If you already know what's happening, how'd you get hung up? Or did somebody tell you what was going to happen and you got tricked too? Spoken as a trickster. Somebody told you what you were seeing and showed you what they wanted you to know. Holy shit, sounds like society, right? They show you what they want you to see and tell you what they want you to know, and then leave you to get on TikTok and argue about it. But the whole core is what you were arguing about even enhancing your life? Is your life telling your tale, or are you just out here being a monkey? Oops. So 314, when you get to that pie gate, you're part of the ritual. Everything is a ritual. Me getting on TikTok, doing a video, ritual. You tuning in to watch, ritual. You, Lord Jesus is my Savior. He's the only one that knows, but I'm going to keep coming on your live. Ritual. Why? Because you're not authorized to release yourself from the things that take you out of a ritual. Because holy shit, if I take myself out of the ritual, then there will only be me. And holy shit, the core trauma told me that's a no-no. There should not only be just me. There should never just be me. There has to be something different, something else. Not always bigger, but there has to be something different. You're not authorized. The average person in this realm is not authorized to think in wholeness and singularity. You already process everything in duality. And please don't talk to me about your corrupt ass third eye. That motherfucker got you fucked. It is a dirty ass television tube with a bad signal. But we on 314, Pi Day. How can you get out? You can quit sacrificing yourself. You can quit giving your energy into things that require more from you than they're giving you. Holy shit, reciprocity. So go to 315, 2025. Your thoughts will bind you to the guidance that has already got you hung up. 325, my thoughts, 25, guidance. My card, 25, guidance. But what am I telling you? Guidance is also trickery. If I want you, I'm not going to use that one because that's happening too much. I hate that too. But let's just say, if I want you to go to the store and I'm going to give you $1 to get you a candy bar. Shit, you won't be able to get a candy bar. I'm going to give you $5 so you can buy a candy bar. When you get in there, I call you like, well, since you're there, why don't you go ahead and go on aisle 6 and get this, that, and the other, and aisle 7 to get this and the other. You'd be like, holy shit, you tricked me. You just didn't want to go for yourself, so you tricked me and gave me a couple dollars to get me one thing, and now you got me in here shopping. But what you going to do? You're going to check and balance the experience, and be like, well, at least I got a candy bar. Damn, he just sharecropped you. To catch that? It just sharecropped you. I ain't enslaved you. I set you free. I gave you a little bit, but I kept most for me. Boy. 315. The thoughts that bind you to guidance often mislead you because the guidance given to you is, oops, always about something else. This is the last thing I'm going to say about that crazy ass religion, but hell, they want you to go through your whole life dying and they're going to tell you to live after you're dead. Servant of God, job well done. Wait a minute, I'm still a servant? Shh. 5 more lifetimes. I'll let you in. Oops. So, 315. It also breaks down. 315, 2025. It also numerically breaks down to a 99. 99 is in game. It is where your energy and vibration will only show you your energy under control. The amount of energy you invest is going to show you how much control you have in a situation. That's your end game. If you want to tie it into video games, when you get to level 99, who do you face? The shadow boss. Who's the shadow boss? You. You done gave up all your light, and now all your traumas that you keep on creating experiences in, them motherfuckers at the end waiting on you. Some of them mad too. You know you didn't have to create me. You know you didn't have to go through this, right? But. And that's a trick too. When you get to your 99, when you get to your Anubis function, your Mayat theory, no need to be weighed. Because I'm not holding on to this shit. Weigh my heart against what? Shit I did that I can't change? I'm good, player. Most of y'all gonna line up and go ahead and see if I'm worthy. You ain't gonna never be worthy. You'll never be worthy of release if you keep holding on. Oops. Shh. I know I wasn't supposed to say that, but I did it anyway. You'll never be worthy of release if you always keep holding on. You motherfuckers don't know how to let go. So, 315, you the devil. Your thought already has you bound, advocating for your own adversity. Holy shit, you'll keep on creating. This is the creatrix. 37, that thought done showed you who you are. Who am I? I'm a creator. What are you creating? My own destruction. Why? Because it's what the Most High want. You're right. Put the joint down, Most High. You created this distraction because the only thing sacrificing you is the shit you keep getting hung up on. Damn. Remember when you was in school in the 3rd grade and they kept telling you the answer, but you didn't trust the answer? What's 5 plus 8? 13. Okay, I'm going to ask you in 2 minutes. What's 5 plus 8? 69. Take your hands out and count again. 5, 6, 7, 32. Self-sabotage like a motherfucker. You know that ain't the answer, but you scared to think for yourself, so you're just going to keep on letting shit fly out your mouth, which means you keep on creating more experiences. Instead of trusting the answer that life has shown you, you're going to invest in the one that you've been told to see. This ain't what I was waiting for. I was going to sit here because this the devil's trick. 600 years later. That's one powerful trick. And now it's got you on the spiritual holstro. So who's the trick? Oops. So 315, where the end game is getting you to fucking create. Create what? More versions of yourself. Holy shit, collective consciousness. Create versions of yourself that ain't even you, and then tell yourself that it's you as you try and figure out the other ones that ain't you. Huh? Shh. Strike that, Your Honor. 316. The spiritual monkey wrench. 316, 2025. Thoughts order the chaos of control. 3 is your thoughts. 16, tower card. We've already had the 16 come out. It's all chaos. Your thoughts keep showing you the chaos of you under control. I'm sorry. This might be disrespectful. If my experience is only showing me what happens when I allow somebody else to control me, and I wade in the waters and wait for a better day, make that shit make sense. If you're in a relationship with somebody who is abusing you, and you start making excuses for the abuse, you have to start making that shit make sense. I am not saying that it's just going to be just as easy as leaving in everybody's cases, but in the majority it will. If you stay stuck in that shit, if you stay hung up in what's already telling you it's going to hang you, you become the sacrifice. Spiritual monkey wrench. 316. Everything is workable. That's what the spiritual monkey wrench. A monkey wrench is the wrench with the adjustable teeth on it, the tooth. You can open it and change its sizes. The problem with the monkey wrench is, if you're trying to use the monkey wrench to tighten what's already loosening you, work with me. If you're only trying to tighten what's already pulling you apart, you trying to stay safe, and where something is clearly unraveling you, you did it to yourself. Kind of goes back to what I was alluding to earlier, where you're being presented with everything you need to see to get out of everything that's burning us, but some of y'all are fighting for your fire. Some of y'all are fighting to stay in the same systems that burn you because you don't feel no pain. You're spiritually dead. Yeah, I said it. You're spiritually dead, and you're waiting to find life in everything that you invested in, but yet everything you invested in done stole yours. So sometimes the spiritual monkey wrench, you screwed yourself. Oops, that thought deceived you. That thought that bound you to what was guiding you, that thought that ordered your chaos as what was going to show you control, what you keep communicating with. Remember earlier I said you can't hear but what you hear. If everything given to you is in a format of deceit, and it's the only thing you invest in, you have at a minimum 2 deceivers. What you keep investing in, and the reason why you won't invest in yourself. I'll stop there. Main thing I need to tell you out of responsibility is March 13th, don't be out here acting like no motherfucking fool. I'll post my clown picture where I say don't lose your shit today. Don't lose your shit on 313, and damn sure on 314, don't be out here eating the wrong pie, and don't be giving up your goodies to the wrong people. Behavior, precision of words. Don't be giving up your goodies to the wrong people on that full moon. It will come back to bite you. And that's not just female to male or female to female. This is to anybody. On that full moon, the full worm moon, it's a parasitic moon. I'm sorry, as a parent and as a grandparent, when you first get pregnant, that motherfucker look like a parasite. You better watch yourself on 314. You fuck around and get pregnant with the wrong motherfucker. And it goes much longer than 18 years. Better put that little nookie away. Wrap that shit up.